like our friends are telling you, and you already know, we're in for something big. Jay Travis is going to shake it up.
Yeah.
She's going to be a change agent. She's going to get to Springfield and organize Springfield. We're sitting to organize in Springfield. That's different. Because part of what needs to happen is that the people's voice, like Brandon just stated, needs to be in the mix. And it needs to be respected. And not buses to Springfield and we get ignored. We send in the cars to Springfield. We've done that a couple times, right? And nobody comes out. Or they come out, it's like, okay, what are they talking about? Exactly. No, the change that we're talking about is real change because people are going to be able to define it by what Jay Travis has done and what Jay Travis will do. So our last and final speaker before we bring on Jay Travis is a parent from Mollison School who's going to tell you about, Mollison, who's going to tell you about the work that Jay Travis has done to support her and her family. So next coming up is Miss Irene Robinson. Come on up. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Irene Robinson. I'm a grandparent of 9 children who was impacted by CPS school closing and who are now attending Madison Elementary School. I say Jay because when CPS threatened to close my grandchildren's school, Jay Travis was right there with us. We marched to Madison throughout Bronzeville, and even though she didn't have a child in our school, she stood firm and strong with us.
Yes.
Now my grandchildren attend Madison. It's a good school, but it's being destabilized by stuffing too many children in one building.
That's right.
Yes.
We have 54 kindergarten students in one class. And our children is eating in the gym room.
That's right.
Some of them is eating lunch in their classroom.
That's right.
Now Springfield could have stopped this, but Representative Kristen Mitchell, he refused to back a moratorium on school closing. And he only signed on for elected school board when he found out that Jay Travis was running against him. That's right. Now, do you think he's been to Madison since Madison have received over 250 of Overton children? Wow. He have not been there, but Jay Travis has. That's right. Jay has been a champion for our community, a fighter for an elected school board in Chicago before it was even popular.
That's right.
She will demand quality neighborhood school for every child, regardless of their race or income. Not failed corporate experiment like school closing and turnaround. She would use public office to serve, not as a stepping stone to another position. I say Jay because Jay has stood always with us as a leader we can trust. Go for Jay. I
say Jay. So, Jay.
We say Jay. What? We say Jay. What? We say Jay. What? We say Jay.
So now, I'm not going to take long because you already know who's coming up. We're going to have our next state representative of this district, the 26th district, Ms. Jay Travis, come up and speak with you. Ms. Jay Travis, give it up.
My name is Jay Travis, and I'm a candidate for state representative of the 26th Representative District. It is truly an honor to have your support. I was born, raised, and educated in the neighborhoods that make up this district. That's right. Our communities are fed up with representation that does not represent our interests. We deserve better, and we are now demanding better. That's right. I am not a newcomer to this neighborhood. My family came to this community in the late 50s, like many families from the South, looking for better opportunities, ready to work hard. My grandmother stood up to slumlords in this very district as a young woman, a young mother and wife, demanding dignity, refusing to accept unfair treatment. It is she who inspired me to become an organizer. She always told me, the good Lord may have seen fit to give some people more money, but definitely didn't make anybody any better than me. And these are values that have been instilled deeply in me. I lost my mother at a young age, but I didn't lose her work ethic. I lost my father shortly after I graduated from the University of Chicago, but I did not lose his passion for education. When the young people in this district, the youth in this district, came and said that we want solutions to the violence impacting our neighborhoods and to remedy the high unemployment rate in this neighborhood, I rolled up my sleeves with those young people and we built one of the most powerful coalitions in the state. We won Public Act 1225. It has created over 8,500 jobs. Those are results. That's not rhetoric. That's working with the people, real solutions to real problems. When the senior citizens in this community refuse to accept unfair and unsafe housing conditions, just as my grandmother did 50 years ago, I was there. I stood with the seniors. We held people in this community accountable to make sure that the long-term stakeholders in this neighborhood were treated with dignity and respect. And when the parents in this neighborhood, the parents and young people in this neighborhood, many of whom have endured multiple school closings, came to us and said that we know that these policies won't improve the education outcomes of our students because we've seen them destabilize our schools time and time again. We together said enough is enough. We've had it with this unelected school board passing down policies, ignoring the voices of the people. So we decided that it's time for an elected representative school board a long time ago. And we also decided that we are not going to accept any more school closings. We want a moratorium. The current state representative didn't have the courage to stand with the people and turn a deaf ear when they came to tell him that the school closings had destabilized our neighborhood schools and we demanded an end to it. We need a fair economy for everyone. We need to make sure that we're able to generate jobs. I am the only candidate in this race with a track record of generating jobs. We need to level the playing field for small businesses that hire in areas that have been impacted most by unemployment. That's right. There are zip codes in this district with unemployment rates that are 3 times that of the national average. We can do better. Yes. We can do better, and we will do better. Yes. Job creation strategies. Also, we need to make sure that we have a just school funding formula at the state level. A young person should have access to a world-class education. That's right. Regardless of their race, regardless of their income, and regardless of their zip code. And as I mentioned earlier, we will no longer accept rubber stamp decisions handed down from an unelected school board. The time for an elected school board is now. I believe our community should be made safer from the ground up. Yes. Safer from the ground up. That's right. If we're going to discuss violence prevention, we have to discuss employment, job generation. We have to discuss improving education opportunities. And we must also discuss supports for our young people. And last but undoubtedly not least, elderly retirees, many of whom worked in public sector jobs as their pathway into the middle class, that paid their fair share into their pension funds, should not have had their pension slashed. Should not have had their pension slashed. This was a broken promise. It's unfair, and we need to overturn SB 1. I'm the only candidate in this race that supports overturning SB 1. The main solution to addressing the pension challenges in this state that have revenue generation as a part of the discussion. You know, I walk this community because I live here. Yes, you do. I don't just show up around election time. I live here. All right. And as I was walking past Price School over the summer with my 3-year-old niece, I went back down memory lane. I remembered when Price had students in it. All right. Eager students. Right. Students that were inquisitive and ready to learn. Veteran African American teachers. And now, Price is a facility that trains police dogs. What kind of message does it send to our children? We deserve better. This is why I'm running for office. And thank you this morning for your time and for your support.
All right.